Welcome to today's conversation. Today, I'll be taking you through the ins and outs of a generative audio workstation that has been on the market for quite a few months now. It's known as Suno Studio, and it enables you record, but also take it up a notch by going into the generative AI properties that are available to you. A generative audio workstation, GAW, is an advanced digital audio workstation that integrates artificial intelligence to generate, arrange, and manipulate audio, moving beyond manual editing to AI-assisted composition. These tools allow users to create music, melodies, lyrics, or stems from text prompts, merging traditional multi-track production with AI generation. Let me explain a bit more detail. This first track that you're seeing up here was created by me playing the piano on my keyboard. Take a listen. So that was done by me. But what I did with this GAW was augment what I had done by adding drums and guitars and bass. Let's listen to what was added to my track. So that's a rough idea of where we're going in today's video. I'm going to show you how I generated those additional sounds, drums, funk guitar, bass, and how I put that all together. So welcome to our conversation about the Generative Audio Workstation. Let's jump in. Welcome to Suno. Today, we're going into Suno Studio. I know lots of you have seen it, but not really tested it out. I'm going to show you an easy way of trying out Studio without fear. On the left-hand side, you see in the menu, Studio. Let's click on the Studio icon and jump straight in. When you get into Studio for the very first time, you'll see a template for a new project that looks like this. We have Untitled Project. You can click on that and you can rename it. In this case, I'll just call it Testing. You are immediately presented with a new track. You could do a number of things with this track. You could record to it. You could drag an existing sound to it. But in this case, I'm going to select from the drop-down an input. This could be a microphone or an instrument. Let's click on that. It's going to open up a menu with different options. Here, I'm going to choose Portable Grand. That's my keyboard. In addition to selecting Portable Grand, I'm also going to press this round icon, which enables me to arm the track. Now that I've armed the track, I can go ahead and start playing something on my keyboard, which you'll hear in the background. To begin my recording, a couple of things should be in place. One, the input and the arming, and secondly, deciding upon the tempo. If you take a look down here, you can see we have a tempo already set to 120 BPM. Let's zoom out. If you wanted this to be, let's say 100 BPM, type in 100, that's beats per minute. You have an option to either follow track or manual BPM. I'm going to choose manual so that it stays locked in. Now, when you're recording, if you have your headphones on, you'll be able to hear the metronome click. If you don't hear the metronome click, it could be very difficult for what you're playing to stay on meter. There's also an issue of latency, which means you could be hearing the metronome and playing right on it, but when you're done recording, you don't see your waveform line up. That can always be fixed. And you should be able to hear your metronome in the background by clicking on the metronome icon like that. So don't forget to hit metronome so you can hear it, and let's record. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the pause button And that stops the recording. And we can see our waveform. And let's see how well it lines up with the metronome. So you hear that latency, it's not spot on. To fix that, we're just going to zoom in a little bit more. And we are going to tidy up this by holding down the control key. Get it right to the beginning of the waveform. And we're going to drag this to begin at 1. And it should clip right on 1. And now we can listen to our metronome and what I just played. All right, that's got it all lined up. I can also trim the ends. I can also fade out if I wanted to, like that. Now that I've got everything on meter, like that, I can actually clip this, trim it, right click, and duplicate. So I don't have to keep playing that over and over again, like this. And that's it. It's that simple. Now you've got a first recording in Studio. What else can you do in Studio? Well, I could keep adding instruments. Like right from my keyboard, I could choose a different sound, strings, for example. And were I to choose strings, I would be able to play strings on top of what I just did. But is that really what I want to do? Maybe not. Maybe what I want to use the power of Suno, as opposed to using it like a traditional digital audio workstation, is use it as a GAW, a generative audio workstation. And that means Suno can generate additional tracks for me that will go with what I just did. So I'm going to hold down my Shift key and I'm going to select all these waveforms and I'm going to right click and duplicate again. And now I've got a number of bars to work with. Next thing I'm going to do is right down here, I'm going to add track and I'm going to call this drums. And I'm going to select the area that my playing is on the timeline. And down here where you see that musical note, we've got a drop down and we've got everything from drums, bass, guitar, and more. So that's what you want to do after you have selected that area against your new track, by the way. This is a new track that I've named drums. You want to click on that and select drums, and the style, we can just say funk. And at that point, just go ahead and hit create. And Suno is going to generate a drum track to go with what you just played. All right, our drum tracks have rendered, and right here, you can see we have a version 1 and a version 2. All you need to do is select a clip to preview it. Let's click on version 1. Let's listen. So what you're hearing has gone beyond what I asked. Yes, I did ask it for just the drums. It's giving me more than drums. It's giving me a bass and a guitar. And Remember, this is early days of Suno, so it might give you more than what you bargained for, which is perfectly okay, because all we need to do is strip it down to just drums, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But let's listen to version 2. So let's go ahead and choose that one, and let's just hit copy to main track. That puts it in the main track. And you could listen to what we've created just by itself by hitting the S, see the S icon over here. That's solo. Over here, we have the ability to mute tracks by clicking on that audio icon as well. So there you have it, your very first GAW lesson. I'll be going through an additional 20 minutes of content, and if you want to see that, just follow the next video. Smash the like button, subscribe, and put any questions in the comments. See you soon.